Dragon Age Origins Awakening was rated M for mature by the ESRB and contains blood, intense violence, language, partial nudity, and sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, my name is Amaronith and I play games for the internet, and today we're playing Dragon Age Origins Awakening. We are about to go and fight the Mother, and I figured we'll do a Codex reading before we do that. So, here we go. Starting with Creatures, Article 4, Armored Ogre. The Darkspawn scavenge their armor from the deep roads, from lost tiges, and from battlefields where vast armies once clashed. Typically, only Hurlocks, Shrieks, and Genlocks wear any such protection, ogres being far too large for conventional armor. But occasionally the Legion encounters ogres wearing crude patchworks of breastplates and shields threaded together with rope and wire. While better than nothing, there are many vulnerable gaps in the assemblage. Thank the ancestors that the Darkspawn and their ghouls make such lousy craftsmen. From the Journal of Cardal, Legionnaire of the Dead. Article 11. The Children. The children appear to be twisted mutations of Darkspawn. They have even set Hurlocks, Genlocks, and Ogres fleeing. Bleh. The monsters appear at first as childergrubs, gruesome larval creatures that wriggle on the ground. This is the only vulnerable stage of their development. To squish them is to do the world a favor. When the grubs devour the flesh of slain Darkspawn, a dramatic change occurs. A sound of tearing flesh, legs emerge. The childer can now run down its prey with startling speed. Upon gorging itself again, the childer transforms further, developing spindly limbs tipped with spikes that skewer prey. Culture and History. Article 167. Drake's Fall. Legends speak of a place where dragons go to die. In the far south, in the lands of the barbarian tribes, it is said that a dragon is, at the end of her days, lies down and allows the bitter cold to take her. It is not just a legend. I have seen Drake's Fall with my own eyes, the ancient bones of these grand beasts piled atop one another. I felt the power that suffused this place and knew the Imperium would reclaim it. We built a city on the bones. We delved deep into the earth, collecting what remained of the primordial dragons who were so like our old gods. With these bones we created staves for our magisters, armor for our warriors, and crowns for our archons. We fashioned phylacteries to hold our blood and sarcophagi to hold our bodies, and prayed that they would make us immortal. From the writings of Archon Melos. Characters. Article 178. Anders. Most people enjoy being kicked in the head to be woken up each morning. Me, I'm just so picky. Anders is an apostate mage. He was arrested by Templars who intended to cart him back to the Circle Tower. Vigil's Keep was to have been a short stop on their long journey. Unfortunately, the keep was attacked just after the group arrived, and Anders was found standing over the bodies of his captors. He insists they were killed by Darkspawn. Regardless, Anders joined Faria to defeat the Darkspawn in Vigil's Keep. Afterwards, Anders was recruited into the Grey Wardens. He survived the joining. The Warden commander gave Anders a kitten as a gift. Anders stowed the kitten, Sir Pouncelot, in the folds of his robe. Anders' old friend Nemaya revealed that the Templars had moved the phylacteries for most mages in Ferelden, including Anders, to the city of Amaranthine. But the warehouse where the phylacteries were supposedly stored was actually a Templar trap. Varia stood with Anders against the Templars, for which the mage was grateful. Anders takes great pride in his appearance and enjoys fine things. Anders died when Darkspawn sacked Vigil's Keep a second time. That's not true! That's not true! At least I don't think it's true. Oh well. Article 189. Oghren. Now let's go introduce some Darkspawn arses to my foot. Only polite thing to do. Oghren was once married to Branka, Orzamar's sole living paragon, but she left him to search for the Anvil of the Void. Oghren took to drink and then accidentally killed another warrior in a drunken proving match. For this mistake, Oghren was stripped of his house and barred from bearing weapons. For a warrior, worse than exile. When the Grey Wardens called for aid from the dwarves, Orzamar's throne was contested, and only a paragon could settle the dispute. Oghren, hoping to find his wife, offered to guide the party through the deep roads, but Branka's obsession with the Anvil of the Void had driven her mad. The Wardens helped choose a new king, and Oghren, having lost everything, left with the Wardens. When the Blight was ended, Oghren settled down with his old flame Felsi and had a child, but domestic bliss did not last long, and so Oghren traveled to Vigil's Keep in hope of becoming a warden himself. Oghren survived the joining. His extensive experience drinking bitter swill likely helped. Felsi arrived at Vigil's Keep demanding to see Oghren. Their conversation ended poorly. Oghren confided in the warden commander. He admitted to feeling guilt over abandoning his child and resolved to be a better father. Oghren's passion for strong drink hasn't waned. Alas, Oghren cannot hold off a hangover, let alone an entire army. He died when the Darkspawn sacked Vigil's Keep again. Not true. Okay, all of these that say they died when Vigil's Keep was sacked, Vigil's Keep wasn't sacked. I'm gonna say this now. I'm technically recording this after I already finished Awakening. Like, Vigil's Keep wasn't sacked. Vigil's Keep survived, and everyone in it, most of it, everyone in it survived. It's just gonna, these are all gonna end with, died when Vigil's Keep is game lies. But we knew this about the game. We knew this about the Codex Entries. Like with Lady Isolde. It is convinced that she's dead. She's not dead. Article 205. Sigrun. A wise man once told me never to argue with someone better armed than the entire warrior caste on parade. Sigrun is a member of the Legion of the Dead, warriors exiled from Orzammar and sent on suicide missions against the Darkspawn. The Warden Commander found Sigrun fleeing the Darkspawn next in Calharal. Darkspawn Nest, I think that should say. The last survivor of her group. She has broken the Legion's oath by not fighting to her death. Sigrun joined Faria to destroy the Darkspawn Nest. After Calharal was purged of Darkspawn, Sigrun agreed to join the Grey Wardens. She survived the joining. Sigrun is fascinated by the surface world. She collects little curios from all over Thedas. Sigrun met her end fighting Darkspawn at Vigil's Keep, fulfilling her promise to the Legion. She's not dead. Article 210. Seneschal Varel. Varel has spent his life defending Amaronith. When Rendenhau was Arl, Varel briefly became Seneschal of Vigil's Keep, but he repeatedly objected to house orders and was demoted to lower and lower ranks. Nonetheless, he continued to serve with defiance. When Howe's acts turned more sinister, Varel secretly sheltered those in need and used what little power he had to counteract the Arl's atrocities. Soon, Varel was languishing in the dungeon awaiting execution, but Howe died first. When the Grey Wardens took over Amaranth, the Order reappointed Varel as Seneschal. Although Varel was not a warden himself, his position as chief administrator of the Warden's lands makes him privy to many secrets of the Order, including the joining ritual. This rare honor is a testament to his character. Alas, Seneschal Varel was killed in the second Darkspawn assault on Vigil's Keep. Article 211. Velanna. I know a human crime when I see it. I have experienced more than enough of them. Velanna wreaked havoc in the Wending Wood, murdering humans who crossed her path to terrorize the nearby villages into releasing her sister. However, Faria discovered that Darkspawn were to blame for Velanna's sister's disappearance. Hoping to rescue her sister, Velanna offered to help the Warden Commander destroy the Darkspawn. Velanna was upset to discover that her sister, Sarani, was working willingly with the Architect. She pledged herself to the Grey Wardens and survived the joining. An encounter with Velanna's former clanmate, Marin, revealed that the clan had cast Velanna out and denounced her anti-human crusade. Sarani reappeared as the Grey Wardens were making their way through the Mother's Lair and explained how the Architect has convinced her of the similarities between the Darkspawn and the Dalish. Serani's passion may have swayed Velanna's feelings. Velanna is fond of the color green, as well as items that remind her of elven culture and nature. And that's all. Such is the end of the last Codex reading for Dragon Age Origins Awakening. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Harley. 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 Harley.